Everton 0, Manchester City 1, Stevie Nicol. Champions find a way. That's what they did. Did they deserve it overall?
Well, I think you'd have to say they did. There wasn't really much between the two sides at half-time. Everton given as good as they got, and actually probably had a couple of chances that they might have done better with. But City completely dominated the second half. Were reduced to Pickford did a couple of saves, but there were, shots from outside the box that you kind of expected them to save. The goal, however, is disappointing from an Everton point of view. You've got a defender who, yes, has to change direction, but actually has done that and just whiffs on the ball, completely misses it. Michael Keane. And Foden's there to pounce, and that's it. So, as you said, champions get it done. They certainly got a little help from that just horrible bit of defending that wouldn't have been out of touch on a Sunday afternoon in the pub league. But you know what? It matters not. It's a goal. It's 3 points for City, and it keeps their noses ahead of Liverpool.
What is it, Stevie, about Manchester City in particular that so often when they might not be ahead, you always think they'll find a way?
Well, number one, ability. You look around the field, and regardless of how many players are off form, every single one of them who could be off form at the same time as they were in parts of today's game, but they're capable of producing something from absolutely nowhere. And the other thing we've got to remember, I'm certainly putting a lot of blame on Michael Keane for missing his clearance, but the fact is that when you wear sides down, mistakes like that will happen. Now, you don't expect that bad a mistake, but because somebody's tired, because the legs don't quite have the sting in them, mentally they're a little worn down as well. So all of these things add up at the end of the day. And so when you get put under pressure, some people make mistakes, and that's what it was today.
The introduction of VAR into football, then the introduction belatedly of VAR into the Premier League, is coming for a lot of criticism, the way that the Premier League has handled it. Can you understand the confusion during this game in that all we saw as television viewers was this handball or no handball by Rodri, when ultimately it wasn't a penalty because there was an offside in the build-up and they hardly even showed that?
Well, listen, I'm a big fan of VAR. I think it's a great thing that we've got in the game now. And sometimes the officials get it wrong. And sometimes the directors who are giving us the pictures on the screen get it wrong as well. And that's all it is. I don't think you can point the finger at the VAR system per se. It's the people behind it who are using it that sometimes make mistakes. Yes, they confused everything today by not even pretty much talking or showing the offside, but all about the handball, which was a handball. Had there been no offside, I'm sure it would have been a penalty. But unfortunately, it wasn't offside. And on we go.
I know you're a former Liverpool player. However, this Everton side need to show battle in this battle against the drop. And they did that for long spells, didn't they, in this one?
Yeah, if they can apply that same attitude and determination and closing the ball and getting after the opponents the way they did today against City, then yes, they should stay up. I still believe that there are definitely three worse teams than them. But at the end of the day, you've got to get points. And they did throw a point away today. They got 6 games, I think, at home. And that'll be crucial. You saw the crowd. Goodison's a great place to play. When they're on their feet and screaming and shouting, it's a fantastic atmosphere. So I believe that Everton will be okay, particularly when they're at home with that crowd behind them.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.